everyone, and welcome to The Reality Is. My name is Alysha.
And my name is Sanjana.
And before the show starts, we'd like to let viewers know that the values that are expressed on the show don't necessarily reflect the values of Close Look Productions. They're our values and ours alone. And we have a sponsor.
Yeah, thank you to Surrey Honda. Please do check out their website at surreyhonda.com, and you can find them on 152nd Street and Fraser Highway.
Wow, you've just perfected that.
Thank you.
Actually so nice.
It's a work in progress, guys.
So it's so interesting to actually be side by side with you this week. It feels, the distance actually makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
And even with COVID going on, in-person meetings is like the way to go if you're trying to connect with people. And
exactly.
Yeah, so.
And how we can finally, do the bonding.
Yeah, okay.
She's like, no, cut.
No, we're keeping this on the show. So we did have a guest for this week.
Yes, we did.
But we decided to change it up a little bit for this week. As you all may know, or were on social media, August 25th, no, not August, September 25th was Daughter's Day, National Daughter's Day. And so on social media, it was just pictures of daughters and their mothers, and mothers just saying kindest words of their daughters. And it was really nice to see that bond and that connection all over social media.
Exactly. And it's so important that we kind of shed light on this topic because in a lot of traditions, people can often view girls as kind of burdens, or they might even have a lot of stigma and stereotypes, and that's kind of what our show is going to be kind of summarizing and kind of shedding light on again with the good girl syndrome.
Yeah, so okay, it was interesting because when we saw that there was National Daughters Day, we couldn't help but to think about the third episode we had with Simi Pawa, which was the good girl syndrome, and all about the show. This show is about going beyond the show, going beyond textbooks, going beyond experts and guest speakers to make connections based on, real world examples, real world situations that are actually going on. So that's why we thought, hey, let's actually put a pause on the guest speaker this week and talk about this, National Daughters Day, but connect it to good girl syndrome, which can be very synonymous.
Yeah, so thank you so much to Simi for being on our previous show.
Yeah,
this is a shout out to you.
Yeah, making us aware of this concept so that we can bring this show back to the viewers and shed some more light on it.
Yeah, but I'm sure our viewers are kind of wondering what exactly is good girl syndrome, and we have just a video for you.
Yeah, so it's kind of a clip show this week. We're going to show little pieces of that episode that we had many months ago, and we'll have a little bit of our commentary along the way and new insights gained since the episode aired. So we hope you enjoy. So tell us a little bit about good girl syndrome.
Well, good girl syndrome is basically not really a condition, but, that it's something that girls experience that make them conform to the societal and the cultural norms and the pressures and, and that's, I think, very prevalent in the South Asian culture, especially.
Okay, so that was a good little summary snippet of what good girl syndrome is. And now we're going to transition into the symptoms that are associated with good girl syndrome. Simi will be talking a little bit about that.
Yeah, and on the show, you can also see us kind of rating ourselves and our experiences. And we get a lot of 5s, and I'm sure everyone can probably relate to a few of those. So please do watch.
Okay, you have to be nice to everyone to be loved and accepted. How would you rate that?
Okay, you have to be nice to everyone to be loved and accepted. Oh yeah, a 5. Yeah, Sanjana's a 5 too.
Second question, struggling to say no. Oh my gosh.
Ooh. I'm a 3.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
But
that's pretty good. Better than 5.
Yeah, I know.
I would be a 5 too. I would be a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm getting better.
I would say struggling to say no, and I feel like that is part of the good girl syndrome because you're trying to be a caretaker and trying to I guess, yeah, make sure that everyone around you is happy, and again, not considering your own self-respect or value.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's
Struggles.
Yeah, it is a struggle because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you are being a good human.
Yeah.
That's if you want to check out Mama's High on Chai podcast. I kind of took that from your I took that from your segment.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you know, those are some really good characteristics, but then, you know, if it's at the detriment of your own mental health and your
Yeah.
own, you know, self-worth, that's when there's the issue. And, you know, not having a good relationship with boundaries is also,
Yes.
I feel like that's another symptom.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Right?
The boundaries is huge. That's a whole another, I'm going to have to come back for
Yeah,
that.
come back.
That
Part two.
topic.
Just boundaries.
So it's great that we have like so much awareness about these symptoms, because now we can actually take steps towards improving ourselves and filtering out all of these expectations, all these boundaries that we place on ourselves.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, like, how do we do it? How do we release ourselves from such a, I guess, like, debilitating, or it could feel debilitating condition, right, in our society. So let's listen in on Simi again and see how we can be proactive with getting out of this syndrome.
It is definitely an inner battle that we, you know, as women, as girls, especially as South Asian girls, deal with on a regular basis. And it's, you know, something that we need to do is just go inward and really make sure that we know what we want. And you don't have to really know what you want. You need to just connect with yourself, right? And like we said before, what is it that will make you happy, irrespective of the expectations that are and pressures that are put upon you, and what's important to you, and how will you communicate that to your family and your loved ones, right?
It's awesome that we can talk about this, learn more about it, but also learn ways to understand how it might affect us, and also to move forward, keeping in mind that we can do something about this syndrome in our lives. So, you know, the reason why we bring this topic to the table again, and why we have National Daughters Day and having another dialogue about it, is because we encourage people to be individuals, and, you know, have the motivation to filter out social media and cultural, you know, gender roles, and really just be critics of everything that they see and they are exposed to in their day-to-day lives. I mean, we live in such an information age that it's very easy to become products of what we're seeing and things like that, and a lot of times it is inaccurate, right? So, you know, when you see mothers and daughters and you see that's plastered around social media, you can't help but to think, oh, it's positive, oh, it's great, you know, this is like a very bonding thing, right? But you also have to keep in mind that there are still a lot of problems, a lot of issues, big expectations that women, daughters, sisters, everyone, they go through. So it's really important to also acknowledge that when we are honoring and, you know, trying to have a day that honors these daughters.
Yeah, and I think what really ties in with gender roles as well is just, you know, not just expecting girls to be responsible for being the caretakers or being kind people, but that's something that's universal for people of all gender expressions.
Yeah.
I think that's a mindset that everyone should cultivate, because it can be really detrimental to someone's personality if they feel like they have to be a certain way because of their gender. And as Alysha said, that's why we're really recognizing this day. I mean, not today, but, you know, September 25th. So please do watch our next video so we can kind of go over how we should be responsible for being kind to people regardless of our gender expression.
You know, there are some good things also that come out of our culture, is to respect each other and be kind to each other, right? So, you know, you can still do what it is that is important to you, but be kind to others.
See, that's I wanted to add that being kind is being nice with your boundaries.
Right.
So it's being you know, empathetic and compassionate, all those amazing qualities that, you know, the good girl is supposed to have. Like, those are great. You should have those in boys and girls, right? Well, we hope that you all got to enjoy this show. Maybe for some of you, it was a little trip down memory lane with our 3rd episode, and it was really such a fresh process and experience. We were still trying to get used to this, you know, social media platform, you know, having a show, and it was always really nice to bring these kind of topics up to the audience and then understand that, you know, this goes beyond our show. So I think that it's nice because we can kind of experience this and have our own opinions. And I think it makes us better humans. It makes us more evolved as daughters, as sisters, as women in our society.
And yeah, no, like, thank you so much to Simi for being with us, you know, taking a chance on us when we were new. We really appreciate that. And yeah, I feel like just by watching like the old video, you can kind of see like where we become susceptible to all these roles that we have, but now we're able to get out of that. And hopefully by watching this, everyone else can take away some sort of experience or, you know, new insight that they can take into their life. Or just even like call out, like if you notice that there's a certain like symptom that you have seen from the show, you can kind of take a step back and be like, hey, I remember learning about this and I don't have to take this. There are ways to address it and to move forward, whether you agree with that expectation or not. So yes, thank you so much to Simi for, you know, providing us with all this information. And before we go, so we are affiliated with Close Look Productions. Well, Close Look Productions and Close Look United Foundation. They have a talent show, annual talent show. This is their 4th annual talent show. And registration is open. So it is on cluefoundation.org. And this is, again, calling out every youth, whether you're a dancer, entertainer, performer, anyone, please do register and, you know, take advantage of this opportunity to showcase your talent. So please do tune in every Thursday at 6 p.m. and do follow us on social media because we do have that at The Reality Is Show. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Get inspired.